Hey, welcome everyone. We're here. That's Opal right there. Yep, it's Opal. I'm Gary. Yep, here we'll back Opal up a little bit. There we go. Had you kind of snugged right into the camera there. So welcome. So Opal joining us all the way from Hawaii, where they dodged a major storm. What you said, just kind of moved to the side and left you alone, huh?
Yeah.
That's all right. It's all right. Nobody needs those storms. Those Florida people. I don't know how many Florida people we have here. They're buckling down. That's looking ugly. Yeah. So yeah, Opal. We get to learn about Opal stitching tonight, so we appreciate that. And anybody who wants to volunteer to be a Friday night guest, write to me. Use the email address there at the top of the screen, right up there. Yeah, right there. Use that, and just send me an email and say I'd like to be a guest. It's pretty simple, right, Opal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
simple.
Good. Oh man, I shouldn't ask questions I don't know the answer to. Yes. Opal says no. It was miserable. But no, it's simple to do. Yeah, it's simple to do. So I don't have anybody for next Friday. I got a couple people in the works, but nobody's committed. So if you're interested, let me know. Like to get people lined up ahead of time. So we're going to talk about Opal's work here in a few minutes. Winners from Wednesday night. Rita Stykes won the Mill Hill kits. So all three of the bead kits, the Magi kits, Rita won those. And Denise Voss and Lalania Worley, LW Crafts, won the other two. And those were in the mail yesterday. So they're on their way to you. Tonight, up there at the top, there's two. I'm separating it into two things. You can apply for one, the other, both. I don't care, but just to simplify things. So we have the from Barbara Bell. We have two copies of. I'm gonna take you off this for a minute here, Opal, so I can show these. So you'll be off screen. We have two copies of Liberty's Welcome, and it goes like that. So two copies of that are in the drawing tonight. And so you put in the subject line for that is Plum. So Plum Street Samplers, Paulette's, two copies of Liberty's Welcome, and you just use the subject line Plum. Okay? And then the other are two kits. Now these are kits from Krista West at Avlia. One is the Grecian Urn. So the Grecian Urn, and that's a decent sized piece, 6 by 8, 6 3/4 by 8 3/4 on 26 count fabric. Whole deal there. Kit, thread, cloth. That's that cloth that Krista West uses. It's all serged and everything. So Grecian Urn, and then the other one is Roman Poppy. Roman Poppy. And again, that's a full-blown kit. Roman Poppy. So those two, and note that she almost always shows them, because she makes these things so that you can use them. They're supposed to be used, not hung on a wall. And so she's always showing those kinds of things. So two from Krista West, and that subject line is Avlia. So you put in Avlia to be in the drawing for these two, and you put in Plum to be in the drawing for these two. And you can enter both. I don't care. I'm just separating them so that if you're not interested in this one or that one, then you can not be in the drawing for those. But you can certainly be in the drawing for both. So do that. Send your emails. Opal putting you back on the screen here. So send your emails. And this is just for people who watch the show. Just for people who watch the show live. So when the show is over live, actually, Wednesday night, I went right upstairs, and within 5 minutes, I'd done the drawing. And please just put in the subject line, just put in Plum or Avlia. And if you're going to enter both, you got to send two emails. You can't put Plum and Avlia, because then you won't get in the email box of either one. So you have to send two emails if you want to be in both Plum and Avlia, and just use those words, because it goes into a smart mail box in my Apple email. And that sorts them right out for me, so it's very easy for me to do a drawing. So it just saves a lot of time, a lot of hassle on this end. So you can enter twice, Plum and Avlia, one or the other. I don't care. Whatever works for you. Let's see. We have that. And then Sunday is going to be Dawn Cook Ronigan, the author of the book that I'm a new fan of, this American Needlework Tools, Antique American Needlework Tools. Tremendous book and a really interesting story with Dawn about how she collects all this stuff and what she's learned doing it, and then of course about writing the book. So that's Sunday. And then now the big thing is next Wednesday at 8 o'clock, August 5th at 8 o'clock now is our tour of the Rememberingn Ricamo. So that's the Italian needlework from the Embroiderers Guild Galleries in New South Wales. April McNee is going to give us a live tour of the exhibit that just opens tomorrow. It opens tomorrow at the galleries there in New South Wales, and we're going to get a tour from April of all the Italian needlework there. And as I said to you the other Wednesday night, we got a little taste of it when we did a test the other day, and it's going to be very nice. So and please help me spread the word. Spread the word. Tell others about it. Really would like to have a big crowd for this thing so that they'll feel it's worth it. And I know it'll be of interest to needleworkers without a doubt. So please spread the word, but definitely join us. Definitely join us for that on Wednesday night. So that'll be the Wednesday night show. Is that, and then we'll come then to the 9th of August, next Sunday, and a week from Sunday, and that's going to be Michelle Guided talking about wool applique, and that's fascinating, and all the needlework that goes with that, and how she puts that together, and how she got interested. And then we're going to follow that up on the 12th with Michelle Live, Wednesday the 12th, Michelle Live, telling us and showing us, and we're going to test a little something. She's going to put together a movie and show you step by step how to do wool applique. So if we can get it to work out, then we'll just play the movie in there, and then you can ask questions afterwards of Michelle, and then of course she'll show some of the work that she's done. So that'll be next week from next Wednesday on the 12th. A week from Wednesday on the 12th. So the 9th and the 12th is Michelle, wool applique, fascinating stuff. And then now punch needle is August 19, and we'll have information. I would expect we'll have information by Wednesday from Kim at Sassy Jack's there, from Kim, on how you can get kits, what I'm going to be working on, so you can do it, stitch along. And the purpose of that is to give you the fundamentals so that then you can take a class from Karen, who is going to teach us. And Kim is, follow Kim at Sassy Jack's, her Facebook page, and get on her newsletter, because she is working now to start to offer online classes. And so, this is kind of a precursor to that. So get involved in that, because you'll be able to take classes coming up in the near future from Sassy Jack's online. But punch needle is going to be kind of a precursor for that, and then a chance to have an expert show us how to do punch needle and watch me fumble. So if nothing else, it'll be entertaining watching me fumble. So good for that. Opal and I were talking about the Royal Garden, and I assume people are past the crescent. I'm going to take you off again, Opal. Opal, you're just on and off the screen. That's all you're here for, is just that. Yeah. You really have nothing else to contribute. So just, sit there and I'll tell you. Right. So the Royal Garden. Now this, I got my waffle stitches in here, but I did a video for the crescent stitches. If you're at that point, I did a video for how to do the crescent stitches, and there are 5 layers for anybody who would miss out on the 5th layer. Not that I would, but. And then waffle stitches, and this past Wednesday, Beth was showing the waffle stitches, and in particular the ones where there are 2 threads. If people are still having trouble with the waffle stitch, I'd be happy to do a video for you to show that if you're having trouble. Just let me know, and I'll be happy to do a video for you on the waffle stitches, the 2 threaded ones. And but then now, if you're like Opal, you're out further And yeah, because Opal, as we all have established, is a big show off. So Opal's out further, but yeah, we were talking about that. She miscounted something and had to rip a bunch of stuff out, but that's all right. You'll get it. But yeah, so if you have trouble with the waffle stitches, particularly the 2-threaded ones, let me know. I'll be happy to do a video. But watch last Wednesday's show because Beth showed you how to do that, and I thought that was pretty clear in itself. So either way, but we don't want people to have any problems with that. Let's see. We got questions coming. Shelly, is Kim here tonight? I don't know. Often she joins late, Shelly, so just keep an eye out for her in the comments. LW Craft is hopped up on caffeine. That could be dangerous. Let's see. Who else we got? Beth McGuire's here. Let's see any questions I missed. Opal's a lot prettier than me. Okay, Beth. All right, that's enough from you, Beth. All right, yeah. Okay, just thank you, Beth. Move along. Just move along. Man, that hurt. Let's see. Oh yeah, no problem at all watching her while you talk. Yeah, all right. Okay. Okay, Beth is also hopped up on caffeine, I can tell. Let's see. Yep, Gayanne Rogers Hearts on the way. Beth and I are talking about doing something with the Gayanne Rogers Hearts, some kind of a stitching event. So we're working on a couple of ideas because we're pretty excited about those hearts. And if you follow Gayanne at all, you know she had a picture today of all the ones she was shipping out today, and boy, that's a lot of them. But I will say, don't email Gayanne. She's, believe me, worked with Gayanne long enough. She'll get them out just as fast as she can. If your order is in, she will get them out. And just let her ride. She's very, very good at those things. And she's been keeping everybody up to date on what she's doing. And if you go to her site, or she's been posting on Facebook, just explanations of what she does and why she does kits. She has very specific reasons for why she does. She has specific reasons for why she does everything, and basically just go with the flow on that, because what you'll get is a very nice kit with very nice threads and enough thread that you can make a couple 3 mistakes and still be okay. Yeah, you will not be disappointed with Gayanne's stuff at any juncture. Let's see. I crocheted my husband some. Now we got to remember, everything from LW Crafts tonight is caffeine enhanced. I crocheted my husband some cat butt coasters back in the day. Yeah, okay. Yeah. and Crafts saying mail is way slowed down. Yeah, mail is terrible. Mail is absolutely terrible. So just be patient on all counts. Even those winning things that we sent out yesterday, just be patient. And the mail is, in my opinion, just making zero effort these days. If it happens to fall into the truck and get out on the road, it gets delivered. Otherwise, they aren't too worried about it. So be patient. Be very patient. Let's see. Any prep work for dawn to dusk? No. No, that's right. That's coming up on the 9th, too. I forgot to mention that. 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Karen Dzinski will be with us. No, I haven't even taken mine out of the box. That's a good question, Bonnie. I'll haul mine out this weekend and get it set up and see if there's anything. But really, I don't think there is, other than mounting your canvas on your stretcher bars. And I really highly recommend you use stretcher bars. Do not use scroll bars. There's too much dimensional stuff in the stitches that Karen uses. If you use scroll bars and have to scroll that in, you're just going to crush all those stitches, and I don't think they'll recover very well. So you'll want to use, it's going to be big, but you'll want to use stretcher bars. And I really recommend that you either use these here, no. I can't remember names half the time. What is that called?
Frame.
What's that? Adjust-A-Frame.
Adjust-A-Frame.
Thank you. See, this is why we have Opal, to save me. Adjust-A-Frame. If you use the Adjust-A-Frame or What's the other one, Opal?
Stretcher bar.
Yeah, not regular ones, but the ones that have the screws in them.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it'll come to me. But if you use these, I highly recommend you use one of them that will stretch out rather than conventional because it's so long that you're going to want to make sure that that center gets really taut because of the stitches that we're using. So do that. Somebody will come up with that name that I can't remember right now. Well, anyway, so I will do that. I will make sure that there's no prep work, but I really think it's just mounting your canvas. Make sure you use lots of tacks all the way around, lots of tacks so it holds, and tape your edges, and particularly with that one because there's so many different threads and things. Make sure that you tape those edges of that canvas so you're not snagging threads. You don't want to be doing that. Evertight. Thank you, Marcy. Evertight. So Evertight or Adjust-A-Frame, I would highly recommend. They're more expensive, but you will get a much better project out of it. You'll have much tighter canvas all the way across, Evertight or Adjust-A-Frame by far than you will with regular stretcher bars, especially because it's so tall. So I highly recommend you do that. And I'll look and see if there's other things, but I think that's pretty much going to be it. Thanks, Sarah. Kelly says Evernote. Evertight, Kelly. Evernote, that's, yeah. So that's that. So I will check that out. That's a good thing. I'll make a note to do that. I think that's it. Lots going on. Some great conversations. Had a conversation today, recorded a show with Nicola Jarvis. Nicola Jarvis Studios in England. Embroidery. Who had a great conversation with her. That's coming up, I think, in 3 weeks. Really a good conversation. Tremendous dynamic lady with a lot of talent. So I had a lot of fun doing that. So look for that coming up. And also, I think I mentioned on Wednesday night, but really pleased that Fire Poppies will be back with us now, sponsoring shows, and also joining us, just learned yesterday, rejoining us again, Needle in a Haystack. Kathy Ray, a Needle in a Haystack sponsoring shows now coming up too. And of course, it helps immensely if you support our sponsors and mention Fiber Talk. Fiber Talk made me buy it. And just mention us. It really does help an awful lot when they know that we're driving people to do business with them. And so all three of those, of course, Sassy Jacks, Kim's with us all the time. And Fire Poppies and Needle in a Haystack, all sponsoring shows here coming up, along with the EGA. Now, EGA is sponsoring on a regular basis, too. And really suggest you take a look at becoming a member if you're not already of the EGA. All right, let's talk about you. I'm tired of talking about other stuff. Let's talk about you, Opal. Yeah, you. So you start. How'd you get started stitching?
I started stitching when I was maybe 6 or 7 years old. Maybe a little older. Someone gave my mom an embroidery kit, and she didn't want to do it, so I took it and I tried to figure it out on my own, and I did pretty good, except I thought it was a boring scene, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I guess she took me to a local needlework shop, and she found something for me to do, and it was cross stitch.
Oh, okay.
Or was it embroidery? I don't remember what it was, but it was like a little bunny or a teddy bear, and I thought that was much more exciting.
Yeah. What's the needlework world like in Hawaii? Now, what island do you live on?
I live on Oahu.
Okay.
Where Honolulu is.
Okay.
So it's where the capital is.
Mm-hmm. Are there stores, or do you have to order everything?
There's only one needlework store here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pretty good one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't know, everything here is expensive.
Oh. Shipping costs.
Everything in Hawaii is expensive. The shipping costs are just off the roof. So, um, I still order a lot of things online.
Uh huh.
They can't order everything. You know,
Yeah.
no needlework store can order everything.
Right. So
But I
what?
do order a lot of things from them.
What's your needlework store? Is it primarily cross stitch?
Cross stitch and needlepoint.
Oh, okay.
They do a lot of painted canvas.
Oh, uh huh.
So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of the people here do painted canvas, and I don't like painted canvas. So
Okay.
it's really expensive.
Yeah,
So
the upfront costs are healthy on painted canvas. There's no doubt. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Are there a lot of stitchers in your area?
yes, there are.
Are there?
Yes, there are. Every week we do a Google Duo
Uh huh.
because of COVID, and before that, my store would have stitch-ins maybe 2 or 3 times a week at the
Oh,
store.
oh.
Yeah. So, and then maybe 2 or 3 times a year they'd have stitching marathons. So from 8 to 8, we'd stitch at the store,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd have
Wait. From
theme.
8 to 8. Oh man.
Yes, from 8 to 8, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So
I hope
it
they
was
feed you.
fun.
I hope they fed you along the
Yes,
way.
they feed you.
Okay.
They would cook for us.
Oh,
They
okay.
definitely cook for us. 3 meals and snacks,
Oh, okay.
and it was good food.
That sounds like a fun
And
day.
oh, it was super fun.
Yeah.
And they give party favors, like stitching favors, and like one year they gave us socks with like little unicorn socks,
Uh-huh.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
and you know like little headbands with an antenna,
Okay. All right.
with pom pom antenna. It was just like really fun stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
really weird fun stuff.
Hey,
So we
as long as
all
it's fun.
everyone went around with little antenna sticking out of their head.
What's the name of
Like
the
this
shop? What's the name of the shop?
Fiddlesticks too.
Fiddlesticks 2?
TOO, because the original store had another owner, so she called it Fiddlesticks.
Oh,
So these owners bought it from that owner and named it Fiddlesticks 2.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not explaining it very well.
That's all right. So, a good sized store?
It's a good sized store,
Yeah.
yes. It's their second location.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, they have
They're
they have classes too?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They even had tatting classes, a basket weave class, and I think they had a lace making class.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're giving you exposure to a wide range of things then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah. That's fun. So then now what we've got some cross stitch, we've got a little bit of needlepoint here. What do you, is that primarily what you do, or do you do a range of things?
I've done stump work, embroidery, tatting, bobbin lace. I've made jewelry. I know how to knit. I know how to spin yarn. I know how to spin on a spinning wheel and a drop spindle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That
I've done
eliminates boredom.
different things. Yeah. I know how to like make jewelry, like wire jewelry and seed bead jewelry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grace says, hard to hear, Opal. Grace, I turned her up a little bit on this end.
Oh, is that better?
No. Grace, you have your volume all the way up? Don't want you to have trouble.
Is everyone having problems hearing me?
No, just Grace just was. I was just trying to accommodate that. So, Grace, make sure your volume's all the way up. I think we're doing everything we can here. Let's see. Kathy Renard has been to Fiddlesticks too.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, walk
You
there.
know Joan?
Walk there from a cruise ship terminal. Oh, okay. That's
A lot of people do that.
yeah.
A lot of people do that.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, other people are hearing okay. So, who was that? Grace. Yeah, Grace, try just making sure your volume's turned up. Okay, thanks, folks. So let's take a look now. The first ones I put up on the list here of pictures here. I'm going to flip now to the photos. Are your Mirabelias, and let me get this stuff out of the way so we can see. Hang on, just a second. Hang on. Get this out of the way so we can see. There we go. Are your Mirabelias? I am most fascinated. Beth and I talked about Mirabelias on Wednesday, and of course, I have no interest in stitching them at all. I mean, it's certainly not my cup of tea. But I have a great deal of respect, and I'm amazed and impressed with the detail in these things. I mean, these things are just beautiful. And so, tell me about stitching these Mirabelias. A major project, every one, difficult, or just a lot to do?
There's a lot to do, but they're not that difficult. You just have to keep, if they're like any other cross stitch project, you have to keep track of what you're doing. I don't know, I did them a long time ago.
Okay.
There's a lot of color changes, and there's a lot of counting, but I don't know, I didn't find them that difficult. You have to keep track of the beads, and there's a lot of empty spaces for where you put the beads, so you have to keep track of where the beads are going to be and where your cross stitchers are, so you have to keep track of those empty spaces.
Oh, so where the beads are going to go, you stitching around, leave an empty hole for those then.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because you usually, stitch the beads last.
Yeah, because this first one here, Siren and the Shipwreck, that looks like it's a pretty big sized one.
Yes, it's pretty big, and there are a lot of beads and embellishments.
I could tell that. Yeah, yeah. Now, is this when you do these, plan to frame them?
Yes, yes. I'm gonna frame it.
Yeah. Oh, and folks, tonight Opal will be a comfort because several of her things are works in progress. So she'll be like the rest of us. So that'll be a comfort. Yeah. All right. So then your next Ethos Pixie.
Mirabelia Pixie.
Yeah. Now this one's not finished yet, or is it?
Wait, which one is that?
This is the Amethyst Pixie.
Oh yeah, that's finished.
Oh, she doesn't always have have eyes and a face?
No, it's kind of artsy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of artsy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just kind of a mini Mirabelia.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like plenty to me.
It's not as big as her others.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't as intensive because there's not as many threads and there's not as many beads, so it's not as intensive.
Yeah. And you're stitching all these on linen?
Yes.
What, fairly high count?
32 count.
32 count. Okay. All right, and then this next one is well, you just said it was just Pixie. I don't know which one this one is. So this is another one of
I'm
the
not.
small ones.
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember which one that is.
Okay, it's green dress of some
I
kind.
think it might be Emerald
Oh,
Pitsy.
okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Are you one of those who collects those, or you
I
just
have a bunch of Mirabilia patterns.
okay?
Yeah,
Because that seems to go with the Mirabilias is to collect the charts. Yeah.
yeah. And I have a bunch of them kitted out. And I mean, maybe I'll make them some days, but right now I'm really into samplers.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
and needlepoint. So, I don't know.
Well,
One day, maybe I'll get back to them.
they'll be there when you're ready, I'm sure. Yep.
Yeah.
So then the next, now this is Death by Cross Stitch. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. That's beautiful. Boy,
Thank you.
that thing is an undertaking and a half. I've seen people at various stages of that thing. That is really,
I love it. I am having so much fun with it. Um, it's not as hard as it looks because the pattern is kind of sectioned off. Like
uh,
there's little sections. So you just kind of take it one little section at a time. And then when you're done with the section, you kind of take a break from it, do something else, and you go back to it, do another section, take a break from it, do something else.
yeah.
I mean, and it goes by really quick.
Well, this thread you've
And
chosen,
you feel accomplished.
this thread you've
It's
chosen is beautiful. What thread is this?
it's Splendor
Okay.
S863.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It's like royal blue.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think it's
Yeah.
beautiful because that's my favorite color. Yep.
Yes, blue's my favorite color too.
Yeah, that's just gorgeous. Doing this on what, 35 count, something like that?
25 count.
25 count. That's going to be
1/1.
one 25 count 1/1.
Yes.
Okay. Let's pause for some applause there. Wow. Wow. It is awful pretty. That is really nice. That's going to be a nice piece. That's going to be big.
Yeah, that's why I did it 1/1
Yeah.
because it's so big.
That's going
My
to be a nice.
girlfriend is doing it 28 count 1/1.
Really? Wow.
And
Now,
I thought of doing Pandemic on 28 count 1/1. I don't know if you've seen Pandemic.
yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm probably gonna do that on 28 count.
Uh-huh. Now, are you using just single strand? Are you able to get away with single strand, or you got to double up?
Yes,
Single?
single strand, one ply.
Yeah. Beautiful. Wow. Nice. Nice. What are you using for a stand?
A Lowry.
Was that a Lowry?
Yeah, yeah. And Omanic.
Oh, yes. The scroll. Yeah. You like that? The Omonic? Is it?
Oh, I love Omanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I really do. Yeah.
Keeps things tight all the way across?
Oh, definitely.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. It's very good.
Yeah. How do they attach the linen on those? Is it a groove with a stick that goes in there, or how do they do that?
Yes. It's a groove with a stick, like a dowel,
Yeah.
and you just kind of lay it across, and then the dowel goes over,
Great.
and it just kind of fits in.
So it's like the Millennium frame then, same thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
because those are just so much more accessible that people who want one semi right away should check into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine really pretty quick for it being in Estonia
Yeah.
or wherever it is.
I think that's right. They have a reputation for getting things shipped out right away. So it's
Yeah. And I ordered an extra set of sidebars like during the pandemic,
uh-huh.
and I got mine like in a month, within a month.
Oh,
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty quick for even considering the pandemic.
yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I just always like to ask about that because that does come up. Usually, it comes up in conjunction with complaints about getting Millennium frames shipped, and you
Yeah.
know, and so then I was like, well, what about this other one? I've never heard anybody complain about them, so they must be really good. And what here, Sarah Gusick saying, yeah, they're wonderful to work with. So yes. Um, okay, then this one here, your Thanksgiving one.
That's a Diane authors.
Uh huh.
I did that a while ago. The backstitching killed me.
Yeah, I was going to comment on the backstitching.
Yeah. I mean, I nearly didn't finish it. I don't know. I don't know why. I really wanted to finish it. Just put it that way.
Yeah.
I think I did that on Ada.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Um,
it's on Ada. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I don't know why. I don't usually do things on Ada. I'm not really an Ada person. Um, I think it might have been a kit. I don't think so though.
Yeah.
I think, I think I just followed the pattern.
Well,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Well, it worked out nice. That's a nice little piece. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Now this here, linen and lace.
Yeah. That's the mystery sampler from 2017.
Oh, okay. And your colors,
And
right?
that's the way. Yeah, my colors.
That's beautiful. Now, is that done, or is it you still working on that?
Still working on it.
Okay. Well, it's only been 3 years. That's no big deal. You're fine. Uh, well, that's beautiful combination. What are you using for floss there?
It's a DMC variegated. I can't remember which one.
The DMC variegated. Oh, that doesn't get used very
Yeah,
often.
yeah, it's like a 304 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. And black. I'm using the black and the DMC.
Yeah. Sure is a nice
Yeah,
it's a nice combination. It's working out well. Yep.
thank you.
So now we'll check back with you like in 2023, and then we'll be seeing the finished piece. That's how it's going to work.
Don't count me on that.
Okay, I'm just checking. I'm just checking to see how we're doing. All right, we'll make a note here. Come back in 3 more years. Um, Now this one here, the cats. You got
Oh
2015.
yeah.
This has some style to it.
Those are exactly like my 3 cats. One of them has since passed, but they're exactly like how my 3 cats look like.
Oh.
So I had to get it. It was a kit.
Uh-huh.
And I had a tabby, I have a black cat, and I have a black and white cat. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to make it. I mean, I had to make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an imagination kit or something
Okay.
from one of those catalogs.
Uh-huh.
Right? I usually don't buy anything from catalogs, but I mean, it was just like my cat.
Yep. Hey, when that happens, you got to do it. You simply have to do it. Yep. Yep. I love the way they're all stretched out there, and it's really a good.
Of course, they don't do that in real life, but
No,
I mean,
no, it's that's a good one. That's a good one there. Yep. Let's see. Now this one, yeah, this is Deco Spirits. Tell me about this one. This is different.
that's a Mirabilia.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. And that took me a while.
Yeah, yeah.
It was kind of like my Odyssey piece because I actually cut a hole in it and I had to repair it.
Oh, jeez.
So, I mean, you can't really tell now, but I mean, it was, it was, um,
Learn some things, huh?
it was, I learned some things.
Yeah. Now, is it supposed to
And
is it supposed to be stitched in quadrants like this, or did?
yes,
Okay. And then what are
yeah.
the little items there underneath the top row? Are those letters? I can't make those out.
Oh, I'm not, I think those are letters. I'm not sure what they are though.
Oh, okay. It's very unique.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, just
I know I put my initials. Maybe that's what you're seeing.
no. There's it looks like there's 4 letters under the top left and 3 under the bottom right or top right there.
Oh, I think it says Deco Spirits.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's an interesting piece. Yeah. I don't know if you learned how to cut a hole in fabric and repair it, then that's probably worth all that stitching.
Yeah.
Now
Only I
this,
did that piece so long ago, I don't remember how to do it anymore.
oh well, I bet if you cut another hole, your mind will bring it right back to you. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Let's not find out.
Yeah. Don't go trying it. Yeah, yeah. Leave that to others. Now the Brooks books. This is on paper, right?
Yeah, that's on perforated paper. That's a kit my store put out.
Okay.
And this woman that works at my store does kits every year. And she picks patterns and then she does like specialty fibers, different fabrics, and she just does it with whoever wants to do it.
Uh huh.
And she makes the kits up.
Hmm.
Like this year she's doing the heart and hand calendars. Or I don't know what the kits are called. You know, the January, April.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's doing those this year.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
What's
She did those.
you enjoy paper stitching on paper?
Yeah, it's okay. It gets kind of fragile if you got to stitch on it fast
Uh
because
huh.
the oils on your hand soften it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, if you work on it for an extended period of time, it softens up and then it breaks.
Uh huh. Okay.
So, gotta be careful.
All right. I have a couple of paper. I'm intrigued by paper, but I haven't actually stitched on it, and I have a couple of them, and I've wondered about that very thing. If there's much handling, does it start to break down?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a cute one there.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Now this one, Alice in Wonderland. This is a Haid.
That's a gecko rouge.
What
It's a
it?
gecko rouge.
I don't.
Gecko rouge.
Oh, I don't know them.
Yeah, it's a company from England. They're based in England
Uh huh.
and they just do kits. They only do kits.
Okay. Yeah, I've
So
never heard of them. Yeah. Huh.
yeah, and they only do full coverage,
Mm-hmm.
but they do really interesting art. So I mean, I like the art that they do.
Yeah. I mean, this has some real life to it.
Yeah, I still have to finish that, and I'm almost done.
Oh, this is almost done.
Yeah, I'm on the last row.
Oh, so this picture here then is earlier in the thing. So you've made progress since this picture
Yeah,
because you have a
um, I did like a little bit more since that picture.
Okay. Well.
Because she's cut off at the waist.
Oh, okay. Well, so I can see how yeah, you are well into it then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a captivating face. That really that really works out. And so obviously you're parking on this one and parking a lot.
Yeah, and I work on the diagonal.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that parking looks like it would just drive you nuts, but it obviously once you learn how to do it, it obviously must make sense and allow you to go much faster.
It really does. Because starting and stopping slows you down.
Mm-hmm. So what?
So
So how long? Like if you're going to start a new color, and you're probably going to say it depends, but how long of a thread do you cut? Because it looks like you would cut a pretty long thread, and try not to start threads anymore than you have to.
I do it the length of my arm.
Okay, so not unusually long then.
No. Or maybe a little longer than my arm.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it a little longer than my arm. That's with full coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you stitching this on looks like some kind of even weave, huh?
25 count.
Okay. You stitch
Yeah, and
it.
it's 1/1.
Yeah. You stitch this in hand then?
No, on a Q-snap.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm probably gonna put that on my Omanic.
Mm-hmm. Just to get, yeah, I'm sure it'd give you better control, yeah. So
Yeah.
then the parking thing, so you stitch whatever a color is, and then you just bring it up to the top wherever you're going to use that color next, and then when you get to that point, you just grab that thread and go with it.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
you just stitch, and then when you get to the next spot, that you wanna, I don't know how to explain this. When you get to the next spot that you want to stitch that color, you put that thread there.
mm-hmm.
So,
Now
and then
when
when you get to that spot, you pick it up.
okay. Now when you do that, so when you bring a thread up, do you always? I assume you always bring it up, say at the bottom left of the X of where you're going to make your X, or the top left, or you must have some way of doing it so it's consistent.
Yes, the bottom left.
Bottom left. So every thread comes up where the bottom left of the first X is going to be for that color
Yes.
when you get to it, and then you just keep doing that and just keep stitching on the diagonal, and then when you come to a place where there's that color, then you just pick that up, put a needle on, and go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And I stitch in columns.
Uh-huh.
So
Hmm.
I stitch in columns and 10 stitch increments.
Yeah, I see you have the ground cloth marked off. I assume you almost have to do that
Yeah.
to survive with these things.
Well, I don't do that anymore. I did that before when I did it on Pattern Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
So Pattern Keeper helps me keep track of my stitches better. But since I'm only working on 10 stitches at a time and I have Pattern Keeper, I don't need to keep track of 20 stitches, 20 stitches, 20 stitches, 100 stitches away to where I'm going to need to park my stitches
Mm-hmm.
2 pages away
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I'm only doing 10 stitches.
Yeah. Okay. I think yeah, I can see how the 10 by 10 it's probably just almost essential, like I said, to survive with these things. Here Beth McGuire is saying I should try parking, start with one color thread, then add as I get familiar with the process, and pretty soon it clicks. Yeah, I believe
Yes.
that. I believe that. But what you're doing looks like it would just be madness. Do you
I
have?
really love full coverage. It's not my only full coverage piece. I have two others. One is a fractal, and one is a Josephine wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now,
So
Teresa,
one is,
Teresa
huh?
here, Teresa here knows about Pattern Keeper, but I don't. Tell Shelly, yes, it's 1/1. She's doing 1/1 on it. Tell what Pattern Keeper is.
Pattern Keeper is an Android software software app that helps you keep track of your stitches. So it's like digitized. So like you can search for your stitches, which stitch you're gonna stitch on,
Uh huh.
and at one keystroke, it's you should check it out because I can't explain it properly. Look on YouTube and check out a video on how to use it because people will buy an Android tablet just so they can use Pattern Keeper for their full coverage pieces.
Uh huh.
Um,
It's that useful, huh?
it is that useful. And when I do my full coverage and when I do my long dog, like you can use it on long dog samplers, but you need to have the PDF from the designer. You can't make a PDF from a paper pattern. So you need a PDF from the designer.
I see. Uh huh. Hmm.
So you can import it into the app. But you know, it is super useful.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
can search out and you can, it is super, super useful.
Hmm.
I can't explain everything it does because it does so many things.
One of those, huh?
Yeah.
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 The caffeine queen here says that her only Android device she has just for that for Pattern Keeper. So it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And then let's see. So Ozodo, XODO. A couple of people are mentioning that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Another. So then, so it just allows you to mark off what you stitched and so on and so forth. Then.
In a high functioning way.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's all right. Well, that's we learn things here. See, we learn things. And then before we move on, we're gonna move on here. But before we move on, how do you keep all of those threads from getting tangled up down at the bottom? Do you have some clamping system?
I use Kumihimo bobbins.
Okay.
Oh, I know how to. They're Japanese weaving bobbins.
Okay.
Beading weaving bobbins. I guess you could search on Amazon.
Uh huh. Say what it is again.
Kumihimo.
Okay. Okay. And so you just wrap the threads around those?
Yes.
Interesting. I figured there had to be. I figured there had to be something. Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to do kumihimo too.
Oh.
It's a Japanese bead weaving thing. I forgot to mention that too.
Okay.
I haven't done it in years, but you know.
But so you're multi-purposing the tools then. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. No, I'm fascinated by these full coverage. I would never do one, but I'm fascinated by them because of what has to go into them to make them work. And this whole parking system, I'm sure at some point, if you want to really make progress with these things, you almost don't have a choice but to start parking. And
yes.
And that technique fascinates me too because it's obviously an efficient way to just eliminate a lot of starting and stopping. So
If you don't park, like the starting and stopping will make your fabric so thick you can barely get your needle in and out.
oh, okay.
I mean, it just it's just, you know, it's just really easier to park.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a beautiful piece when it's done. Here, Beth's helping me out. Kumihimo are bobbins that open and snap shut. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, here's somebody spelled it for me. Okay, now I get the picture. I got to look those up. I got to see what those are. Okay, and let's see, what do we got next here? Oh, we got Moroccan lace.
Moroccan, that's a chatelaine.
Yes.
Yeah. That one was a little challenging because of the specialty stitches. I hadn't done a lot of specialty stitches before.
Uh-huh.
So I really enjoyed it because it was so challenging. The Jessica stitches really got to me though.
Well, those little tiny
I
Jessicas,
remember,
yeah.
yeah, they were really tiny.
Yeah.
They were, because it was on 32 count. So I don't know. I remember the Jessica stitches.
I'm confident you did. I'm just looking at this. I'm confident you have great memories of the Jessica stitches.
Yeah, I remember those Jessica stitches.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the specialty fiber.
What were you using?
Different silks
Okay.
and just the different silks.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, those tight little Jessicas like that. Oh boy. Yeah. More power to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the designer doesn't like me
No.
because I got into a little tiff with her because I had problems downloading the pattern on my tablet. So I was like trying to download the pattern and she got upset with me.
Oh.
So I had to ask my friend for help.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, beautiful piece. Yep. And then this one, Sapphire. Whose is this?
Needle Delights.
Oh, okay.
I got that because of you.
My fault. Well.
Yeah. You mentioned like the Needle Delight.
Yeah.
In one of your shows, and I had been wanting to do kind of canvas. I had already bought a Debbie's, but it was like big. So I had like put it aside, all intimidated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I like not started it like for 2 months. And then you had mentioned these. So I got the supplies and I was like, yeah, I can start this.
Yeah.
This is like doable. This is totally doable. So I'm almost done.
Yes, you are. You are.
Yeah,
you're closing in fast.
So
yeah.
much fun. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, there's a nice variety in here too. Nice variety of stitches. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the diagrams aren't as good, I guess you could say, as Debbie's.
Yeah.
You know, they're not as clear, but I don't think they have to be because, you know, they're not as, the stitches aren't as complex as Debbie's.
Right. Right. Yeah, she doesn't use. She doesn't do the Debbie Rowley thing, but it's a nice mix. Yeah.
I mean, it's still super, super fun.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I've already bought like 3 or 4 more Needle Delight patterns. I mean, you got me hooked. You got me totally hooked. I just have to buy another canvas and I'll be set to go on another Needle Delight.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is a nice piece.
Totally ready.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she does nice work. She does really nice work. Yep. Yeah. Beautiful. Yay. Closing fast. Oh, that's it. That was the last one. Hooray. That was good. Yeah. Let's see what. Oh yeah, LW Crafts. Yeah, I'm an enabler. It's a skill I have. I'm going to put you back on screen here, Opal. So tell about the weaving and spinning. You do much of that?
Not anymore. I got into a huge craft slump like about a year ago, maybe a couple years ago. And I started coloring. So to get myself out of it. So
Oh,
I did a lot of coloring and to get myself out of it. And I stopped stitching, I stopped knitting, I stopped spinning. And before that though, I sold on my spinning wheels and stopped doing all of that.
hmm.
So it was like you and Beth were saying, to get yourself out of a slump, you have to do something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's yeah, yeah. It's an interesting psychology there of creativity and getting in a slump and what drives it. Yeah, it's interesting
Yeah.
to explore. Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah. Then you find something that breaks you out of it and triggers it, and then your enthusiasm returns, and you're off and running again. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except my slump took like a year.
uh,
so I was like coloring for about a year and then finally something just clicked and now I'm off and running again.
yeah. So you were doing like those high grade, high level coloring books with coloring pencils and
Yeah. I
yeah.
was ordering them from other countries and stuff like that.
Mm.
And I bought artist grade coloring pencils and um
Well, see, your
all
cre- your
kinds
your
of stuff.
creativity was just on a side street. It's all right. You were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. But I have nerve damage in my hand.
Oh.
So after a while, I could not color. Um, it takes high level dexterity to color, and I just could not do it anymore.
No.
And I said, "Yeah, I'm done. I can't do this anymore."
Yeah. Well, put you back at needlepoints or needlework, so that's worth something right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm totally having a blast.
Yeah. Let's see. Don't see anybody have any questions for Opal. Didn't see. I think I got everything. Lots of people appreciate your work, so bravo for that. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. No, I think we're all caught up. Haven't been many questions here tonight. Um, so okay. Well, oh my, it's already 8 o'clock. How does that happen? Yep. Oh, what is it? Like 4 o'clock there?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay. All right, I got it. Yeah. Well, thanks for doing this, Opal. This has been fun. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Plus, we got to. Oh, here, Shelly asking, how'd you get back to stitching? Your hands wouldn't work anymore?
She's giving me a hard time. Well, I couldn't do the fine dexterity work of coloring, like you have to really hold the pencil lightly. But you can hold a needle. I can hold a needle. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a little different. I can still hold a needle. It's just different.
Yeah. Well, different shape thing. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's
Cheryl,
just a
Cheryl,
different thing.
Cheryl asking. Cheryl asking, what work is your favorite? And Sandy asking, do you have a favorite designer?
I don't have a favorite designer. I like them all for different reasons. I don't have a favorite either. They're all my children.
Okay. Okay.
So, no.
All right. That's okay.
Does that answer it?
Yeah. You're entitled. That's quite all right. Yep. Yep. All right. Folks, thanks for joining us. We can wrap this up here. Get your emails in right away here. Plum or Avlia or both. You got to send 2 emails if you want to enter both. And if you're interested in being a guest on a Friday show, let me know. Just send an email to me at the address up there and let me know. And we'll put it together. And boy, Opal, thanks a lot. That was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. Learn things. It's worth it. It's good. All right, and everybody make sure now, next Wednesday, make sure that you note, so you don't miss it, is the show Remembering Ricamo from the Embroiderers Guild Galleries in New South Wales. So don't miss that, because that's Italian embroidery, and I think it's going to be really good. Now here, Shelley is asking, what samplers are you working on?
Me?
You, yes.
Oh, Jane Fittis from Hands Across the Sea.
Okay.
And I'm soon going to be working on Queen of May from Hands Across the Sea. Hands Across the Sea. But Long Dog Sampler. And I have Jane Marshall. I do a lot of Hands Across the Sea.
Okay, well, you're not alone there.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
That's about it.
Okay. All right. All right, folks, we're going to call it right here. That's going to be it for the night. Thanks for joining us tonight, and thank you, Opal. And we'll see you all. Catch the podcast Sunday, but we'll see you, hope everybody and many more on Wednesday night for the tour of the Remembering Ricamo exhibit. So thanks, Opal. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.
Thanks.